And I've been on them where you really smell the brakes.
Oh, me too. I had to be, like, get off of 2 buses because of the brakes burning.
But sometimes the retarder is broken, so you can't slow down the bus, say, and that results in the brakes overheating.
Yeah, that doesn't sound good.
But for how much mileage the equipment puts on, the mechanics do the best job they can, and they do a pretty good job.
I used to work on a lot of the buses at one of my old jobs.
And you probably know when the bus needs to be retired. I found the older buses have a lot of wear and tear.
We only did the newer ones. We just did the overflow that the Calgary Transit mechanics couldn't do themselves.
So like these and stuff.
Yeah, I mostly just worked on the brakes.
We have them Novas now too, them CNGs or whatever they're called.
Oh yeah, okay.
They're very bouncy though.
Huh.
And you know what? Calgary Transit is phasing out their 2001s and 2002s.
Okay. I don't usually pay much attention to what's going on with transit.
Well, they tried to get about 20 years or a little more on a bus. If you push them for 40 years, that's too long.
Yeah. Eventually things just get old.
Like the trains are different. They're built for that, right? Although the 2400 series, our newest trains, they're probably not going to last that long.
Why not?
Just a lot of the drivers say they're not built properly and too much computer in them.
Right.
And the advantage is the old trains actually are designed in Germany and they come from Germany. Our new trains we have now, the design comes from Germany, but they're built in California.
Okay.
Speaking of transit news, Calgary Transit just ordered 28 trains for the Green Line.
I was supposed to build the Green Line and be part of the railroad tracks in grade 11.
But let's...
I pull cable now. I was taking a program in high school through the Ironworkers Union to do rebar. But, yeah, so I was supposed to do summer work on the Green Line.
And then, you know what, I don't think this will happen they'll keep delaying it. When they say it's a go, then they delay it. It's like this thing.
They haven't started any construction, and apparently they're already $1 billion over budget somehow. Nothing has happened with it.
Where is it even supposed to go? Didn't they say Seton stuff?
From what I saw, it doesn't even look like it's going to any of the important areas. They need to go through like Thorncliffe or Huntington or something and get down to like...
That would be nice to get it to North Point. You can either take the bus or go to take the 301 downtown, or you can take the train.
Yeah.
And from what I've heard, they said the original plan was they go to up 16th Avenue, Seton, North Point. Seton's where Cranston is, around there. Yeah, that would be nice.
Yeah.
The 14 is so busy during rush hour though.
The 14? I don't know if I've ever been on that one.
Just because it goes by a lot of schools, right? They have to put an Arctic on it for rush hour, the 60-foot.
Oh wow, yeah.
School kids, right, though, and stuff.
Well, I guess the airport buses don't go near any schools, and I don't think this one goes by many. So.
I done a Route 2 today, that goes by a couple.
Oh yeah.
2 Clarby 17th Avenue Southwest.
Okay.
And then it comes back up to Mount Pleasant.
Mount Pleasant. Okay.
So you would have had to wait for an extra 15 minutes. You wouldn't have been able. You would have had to wait until 6:13, something like that.
Something like that. The overall trip length is the same this way. So I just couldn't find it this time.
Sometimes if I'm waiting for a route, I just take the 4 instead of the 5, depending on timing.
Yeah,
How long have you had that LG phone?
Probably 9 months. I don't really know though.
I wish they would continue to make more of them.
Yeah, all their old phones before this one was really gimmicky, so they never sold that well. This was their first kind of just regular phone, I guess. Like on the old one, you had to do like weird hand motions to change your volume, and then they put all the buttons on the back.
No wonder they were getting a lot of heat from it.
Yeah, no, LG phones were always a bit weird.
Would they overheat a lot too?
Sorry?
Overheat a lot or no?
I've only ever had this one, but it does not overheat. My iPhone used to overheat a lot.
I had an old Apple phone, an iPhone 6, and after using it for too long, you could really feel the heat off of that thing.
I couldn't leave mine to charge in my room overnight because the brick would get too hot.
That's what I noticed. The bricks on the old Apple chargers, oh my god, they're like a sauna when you touch them.
Yeah, I don't use anything Apple anymore.
They say that newer phones are better though, some people. Some Apple users.
I know my dad and my mom really like them.
This phone's great, don't get me wrong, but it has a few buggies, like mine just shut down on me. Yesterday had to do the factory reset thing. So that was fun. I wonder how Ryan's doing these days.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't talked to Craig or Ryan in a while.
Doesn't he have those, what are they, Razor phones?
Ryan does, yes, and I don't know what Craig does anymore. I just haven't seen them in a long time.
They weren't at our get-together that we had last time, right?
I think so, but that was what? It's gotta have been 3 months ago.
September, yeah.
Yeah.
It was the weekend after September long we all got together.
I don't know if he was there. You guys all came over, right?
Yes.
Yes.
When the dog went absolutely bananas.
I think it was just you guys and Jamie. But I could be wrong. I don't.
And then, of course, all you guys. Oh, Marg and Bruce. Marg and Bruce came over.
Yep, they were there.
Yeah, Lisa didn't come.
No. Craig might have, but it was so long ago, I just don't remember.
Well, they have a lot of their own thing, too, right?
Yeah, and Craig's always been a little difficult to play with.
When you get together, he's the funnest guy.
Oh yeah. Well, I used to see him every day, but...
Does he still do that security? I imagine.
Oh yeah, I still do the same type of job I did with Craig. I just work for a different company now.
Yeah. Does he ever ask you to work unless you're absolutely needed?
I'm too busy at my current work
Yeah.
to even really entertain that right now.
But if you had spare hours, you wouldn't mind every once in a while.
I wouldn't mind, but I really don't get spare hours.
It's one of those put your knuckle down and do the job type of thing.
Yeah, especially these last few weeks.
Yep. The light caught us off guard that
Yeah, the
time.
hawker's normally behind the
I like the northwest area of the city. Crowfoot is pretty nice.
Oh yeah, the northwest is pretty nice. I like it a lot better than the south.
I don't like. Oh,
I'm just backing up.
yeah. I'm always afraid when the bus lights go off, something goes wrong.
They only go off when it goes in reverse. You're okay.
What is?
I actually had no idea about
Mine like
that.
a train when you have it
That's a
an
first.
arm with it buses.
I guess I've never
Yeah,
seen a bus
I
go
thought
in
you were
reverse.
gonna break down. I'm like, don't quit here.
No,
Very interesting.
there's a train coming. I had to back up so the arm didn't hit the bus.
Oh yeah. Our Spring Gardens would be calling you, and I'm like, what the heck did you do today?
I've already taken a C train arm down before. Don't worry.
Is there any reason why the lights go off when you go reverse?
Pardon?
Is there any reason why the lights go off when you reverse?
They all go off when you go in reverse. Yeah.
But is there any reason why?
Oh, it's just so it's dark and you can see what you're doing.
Well, that makes
Have the
sense.
reflection.
And you can see well.
I find a lot of
I guess
the
out the windows and stuff, it could probably help.
Connor, I find a lot of the older buses in the summertime, the engines overheat a lot when it gets hot.
That wouldn't surprise me, yeah.
But I mean, they're still pretty good. The coolant can take an awful lot.
Oh yeah.
But when you have a coolant leak, you're in trouble.
Oh, I dealt with a lot of coolant issues.
When you were working on the buses, did you deal with a lot of that?
Yeah, well, when you're draining the coolant, you can't let any dirt get in it because you try to clean it all and reuse some of it. So you have to sit there and actually watch it all drain to make sure dirt doesn't get in. It was a pain.
I imagine some of the buses have way over $1 million on them now.
Quite possibly. I only really did the brakes and some light maintenance.
Not like transmission or anything.
No, I only worked there for 6 months, so I only learned so much.
But it was nice to get your hands dirty and that, learn a bit more about some buses.
Yeah, well, I was mostly just sitting there making parts for brakes. I didn't do a lot.
Brakes is still a big component though.
That's a pretty important part.
Yeah, they're just quite simple, especially on the buses.
You probably got a lot of these kind then.
Yeah, well, most of the bus brakes, at least on the... Most of my job was just making the brake shoes.
I find though on every bus, every brake system is different.
Yeah.
Like a lot of the retarders and brakes on the old ones, on the older buses, some of them can be a lot more aggressive. Like with this one, you don't hardly feel it. Unless she slams on the brakes.
Well, just to make sure you're awake, yeah?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I can't have you sleeping on the middle of it,
Unless I come on the 20 at 5:30.
5 o'clock in the morning, yeah.
She, her next sign up, she leaves the garage at 5:20 in the morning.
Oh, wow.
But then you do the airport bus, the 300 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
So you're driving 2 different buses on that day.
Yeah. So like a split shift kind of thing. Mm-hmm.
I like the split shift.
I do a lot of split shifts at my work.
Just driving for 8 hours is just a pain in the butt, literally.
Well, yeah, and it would probably get pretty boring.
Oh, I have company that keeps me company for a couple of trips a week.
Oh, that's good. That's always nice.
That's the thing on the Route 12. You know, get a few short breaks, but you're really driving on the 12 for like 8 hours.
Yeah.
Like you start at 12 and then you're due out at 12:04, then it kind of keeps going. You go from station to station once an hour. You did that once, right? Yeah, once or twice.
What?
The station to station 8. If you were still on Spearboard, you probably would get it, maybe. One day you would be working out of the gardens, and then the next day you might be out of VP.
Well, yeah, you just don't know where you're working.
Or you might be out of Stony.
Yeah, yeah. But you can put down which garage your least favorite one that you want to work out of this.
Did you like VP?
Oh, it's okay.
You're more of a spring gardens type
Well,
of...
it's closer to my house.
Yeah. But I mean, VP, if you work out of there once in a while, it's a nice switch up.
Yeah, it's just a pain to get there. Yeah.
They're closing Victoria Park bus garage down eventually.
Oh yeah.
If they ever build this new arena. Calgary's been contemplating over either the new arena or Green Line.
Yeah.
Green Line or arena.
For how long now?
Probably before I was born.
Yeah. Yes, I was supposed to work on the Green Line. So that would have been 4 years ago by now.
The Green Line would have probably been almost in service if they would have went through with it. Like, I know Edmonton has a new line going in as well.
Oh yeah, okay.
And it's scheduled to be in service by, I think, spring next year, spring or summer.
Oh wow.
They're actually going through with some of their projects. Calgary is just sitting on the...
Yeah.
And you can't have concerts at the Dome just because I'm hearing roofing is a big issue there. Off we go out of downtown.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's get out of this one.
I have had to wait at this bus stop in front of Suncourt so many times.
You have?
Well, I take the yellow to come back from picking my girlfriend up, and then I have to take the 5 the rest of the way.
Oh, you take the Max Yellow,
From
right?
the south when I'm bringing her back up here, yeah.
That's why it's a shame they don't have a train there. It would save so many... It would save you probably an hour of your trip, especially if you guys were spending the night together or something.
Well, you can get to the train from Mount Royal, but Heritage is really close.
Yeah. You take the Max Kill there or something.
Yeah, but then we have to take the train, and I'd just rather take the buses.
Yeah, which is understandable. And service is not great late at night. Like, say, if the Route 3 one's every 10 minutes later at night,